Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and pre-bake our cupcakes for our owls. That's what we're going to be going over today. So we're going to be needing some water. We're going to be needing some eggs. We're going to need some oil. And then we're going to need, of course, our cake mix. Cake mix of choice. I chose white. I'm not a big fan of chocolate, so I chose white. I'm going to also be doing the cupcakes, and I have the cupcake liners in here as well, and then a bowl. And then you're also probably going to be needing your measuring cups, so make sure to take those out so that you know when you're ready. Also remember to always preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Always remember to have an adult assist you, because if in case you can't reach the oven, 1 and 2, just for your safety, you don't want to be touching the oven. Have a mom, dad, uncle, aunt help you out at home so you're not doing it by yourself. So we're going to go ahead and get started on making those cupcakes first. We're going to pre-bake those, and then our next video will be our actual decorating when we go live on Facebook on Sunday at 6 o'clock, just for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our wet ingredients. So if you want to turn over your cake box, you're going to find your ingredients right here on top, what exactly you're going to be needing. So I'm going to be needing 1 cup of water. So I'm going to go ahead and get my measuring cup. I'm going to look for the different measurements. This one says 1 cup. This one says half a cup. This one says 1/4. This one says 1/3. So what I'm going to do is I need 1 cup. So I'm going to be using the bigger one. So I'm going to grab my water here, and I'm going to pour 1 cup to the top. And I'm going to pour that in my mixing bowl. So I got my first wet ingredient down. Now I'm going to go for my second wet ingredient, which is going to be 1/2 cup. Can you see that there? 1/2 cup. So I'm going to get my measuring cup that says 1/2, which is going to be this one here. I'm going to grab my oil. And I'm going to put it on here. Filled it to the top. And I'm going to pour that in. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and put this to the side. What is going to be our next ingredient? 3 eggs. So let's go ahead and get our 3 eggs. So our best method to wanting to crack a egg, you're going to either want, if you have a solid bowl, you're going to either want to crack it on the bowl, which I could probably do on this one. Nope, probably not. So you're going to crack it on the table. You're going to have indentations of cracks here. What you're going to want to do is put your 2 fingers in it and then press down and pull apart. And you should get your egg out of that. Let's go ahead and do another one because we need 3. I'm going to bang it on the table a little bit. Get a nice crack. I'm going to push my 2 fingers in it, pull apart, and there we go, release. And then we're going to do it once more. Bang it on the table lightly. You're going to hear a crack. We're going to put your 2 thumbs, press, pull apart. That's how you're going to get your eggs out. You want to make sure you throw those eggs away. What we're going to do is get a fork. So I have my 3 eggs in there, my water, and my oil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break up those egg yolks. Egg yolks are the yellow part of the egg, and then you have your egg whites. Your egg yolks are the yellow ones. You're going to pop those like little balloons. You're going to pop all 3 of them. Okay, we got them all 3. And now we're going to mix all of this together. We're going to incorporate all of the wet ingredients together. Just like that. Mix it, when I say count to 30, and then you should be done. So make sure you count to 30. Okay, I'm going to put my fork on the side. And I'm going to open up my box of cake. Let me go ahead and ask your mom or parent who is with you helping you to ask you to cut open the bag. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour the whole bag into my mixing bowl here. Now I'm going to be adding my dry ingredients. So I got everything in there. I got nothing left in the bag. Now what I'm going to want to do before I even start mixing, I'm going to start putting things away so I don't have a bundle of trash here. So I'm going to grab my bag. I'm going to open up my box. I'm going to put that in there. I'm also going to put some more trash in here. So I'm going to put the eggs in here. I'm going to put another egg. And I'm going to put the last egg in there. So we got our trash in here. Make sure you go and let's go and throw this away before we start mixing our batter. So we have one thing already thrown in the trash. Alrighty, so now we got a little bit more of a clear space. We're going to go ahead and get your fork again, and then you're going to start mixing. Let me see if I can, there we go. You're going to go ahead and start mixing that. You're going to want to incorporate it completely. A good tip to do is if you can, with your fork, you can scrape down the sides of your bowl, making sure you get all that flour, and at the same time, turn your bowl. So you're going to scrape the side, turn your bowl. 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 And then you're going to keep mixing. Mix, mix, mix. Okay. Again, you're going to do it one more time. So you're going to scrape the side of your bowl. Turn your bowl. You're going to scrape the side of your bowl. Turn your bowl. Scrape the side of your bowl. Turn your bowl. And you're going to want to mix that up. I'm going to say count to 60. 60 more turns, 60 more mixings, and you should be done. You want to get every dry ingredient left you have in your mixture. So we went from a dry ingredient to a liquid. This is the consistency you want. Consistency is how the texture, what it looks like. So we're just about done there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside. And then I'm going to prep our cupcake liners. So let me open this up, however you would. Alrighty, got my cupcake liners. And then I got my cupcake tins here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm not going to do all 18. I'm just going to do 12. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to do another 6. 6 plus 6. What does it give me? Alrighty. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our liners. These are little kind of like clothing for cupcake, if you want to call it. They put their pants on. So we're going to make sure they have their pants on before they start getting ready. So we're going to put those cupcake liners in. We're going to put 1, 2. That sound means the oven is preheated, so it's ready to go. Let's go back to the liners. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got 12 cupcake pants ready to go. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to get a spoon. You're going to get your cupcake mix. You're going to take off your fork from there. You don't need your fork. You're going to need a spoon. I'm going to put that in my water glass so I can wash that later. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put roughly about 3 spoonfuls of cupcake mix in each cupcake. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. All right, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to make a little bit of a mess pouring these things, but it's okay. what you're going to want to look for more than anything is to make sure that your cupcake is at least 3/4 full so that you can at least get a nice belly on your cupcake. So you're going to do about 3/4 full on each one. Here we go with the next one. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did that wrong. The third one was supposed to go in here, and I put it in here. All right, so that means this one, if I need 3, and I only put 2, how many more am I missing? 1. So I need to put 1 more in here. Okay. Now I got to come in. If I need 3 in here, and I only put 1, how many do I need to put in here? 2. So I'm going to put 1. I already have 1 in there, so that's 2. This is 3. Alrighty, so we got our first cupcake liner ready. I'm going to put that aside, and we're going to go with the next one. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1. Oh, making a mess. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next one. 1, 2, 3. We got 2 more to go. 1, 2, 3. 1 more. 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and put our bowl aside. We got 12 cupcakes here that we're gonna do. We're gonna stick them into the oven. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna open up the oven. I'm gonna bring you with me so you can see how I place them and why I place them separately. So let's bring you all over here to the oven. Alrighty, let's turn on the oven light. We're gonna go ahead and stick these in the oven. So I'm gonna put 1 here. And I'm gonna put another one separately on the same rack. So the reason I don't wanna put them too close together like this is because if it decides to overflow, this one's gonna end up touching this one, and then I'm gonna have to pull it apart and it's gonna tear. That's one reason. Another reason is the heat needs to distribute amongst the whole oven. So if I put them too close together, they're gonna try to, the oven heat's not gonna cook evenly. So if I put a break in between with the racks, the heat is gonna be able to circulate amongst itself. So you're gonna wanna make sure that if you're gonna do more cupcakes, you're gonna put them separately apart from each other. So if I would have another 2, then I would put another one down here, and I can put 1 here, and I can put 1 down there. Oh, there is another pan in there. I need to get that out, actually. I'm glad I saw that now. So I'm not just gonna grab it with my hands. Why? Because I've already been preheating the oven. So I'm gonna get a mitten, which is gonna keep my hand from not getting burned. Put that to the side. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do is I can go ahead and leave that one there. It's not gonna make a big deal. Although, just reminder that heat does rise. So heat is being created here on the bottom. If you can see down there, it's a little red, or it's more red than orange, or it's orange more than red. So that's the heat creating in the oven. So the heat's going to come from the bottom and it's going to come to the top. Heat rises. So you're going to remember that these cupcakes are going to probably cook quicker than these. Even though these get touched first with the heat, these will cook faster because the heat is more on top than it is at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven. And we're going to set our timer. We're going to set time. Now we're going to go up to 15 minutes right there. And it's going to go ahead and get started on its own. So we're going to let that sit. And we'll be back in about 15 minutes to see what they look like and then test them out before we pull them out of the oven. All right, we're coming down to the last 10 seconds. Make sure you have your parent with you, your guardian, who's going to take care of help you pull those out of the oven. I'm going to show you how those cupcakes come out ready. That way we know what we're looking for. So I'm going to show you the chef way, because here we are on Camp Puga. We're all little chefs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you exactly how I would check for cupcakes to be done in the oven. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press down very lightly on a cupcake and notice that it's going to sponge back up. It's going to come back to form. That's how you're going to know your cupcakes are ready. So remember when I said the top ones might be a little bit more ready than the bottom ones. So let's go ahead and pull out our top ones first before we check our bottom ones. Have a parent help you. Don't do this by yourself. So I have my mitten on. This is what's going to prevent me from getting burned. So I'm going to take these cupcakes out. I'm going to place them here. And then I'm going to do the same with these here, if I can grab them. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is one more time, we're going to check. So I'm going to press this down, and it's going to come back up. I'm going to press it down, and it came back up. It doesn't leave that indentation anymore. That tells me that inside of these cupcakes, they are ready to go. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to grab these cupcakes. Let me put on my mitten again. And I'm going to place them up here up top so that they can start cooling. You can also place them on top of your oven if you have a stove top. That way the air can go ahead and get circulated amongst all the cupcakes so that they can start cooling down. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's our cupcakes. They are pre-baked and ready to go for when we start decorating them for Owls Sunday night at 6. So you want to go ahead and be there. Make sure you're there at 6 o'clock. We will go live on Facebook and we will be creating some of these cupcakes into Harvest Owls for the holidays. So we'll see you soon, guys. Have a good one. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to Camp Puga. This video, we're going to go ahead and actually start building our owls. So now that we actually have our pre-baked cupcakes, which you should have watched in the previous video or already done at home, I'm going to be showing you how to actually create these little owls, which is going to be a lot of fun, super easy, a lot of techniques that we're going to be using. A few of the items that we're going to be using today, of course, we're going to have our cupcake. You can take out some Ziploc bags if you have them. You're going to be needing your frosting. I chose chocolate because I want to do a brown owl. You will be needing your Oreo cookies. You will be splitting those in half, preferably depending on how many you want to do on your owls. You will just be needing the frosted side of the cookie. So you probably will need from anywhere from 5 to 10 because you will 6 to 10 because you will needing pairs. Pairs are always 2. You need 2 for a pair. And then another thing that we're going to be using is going to be your M&Ms of choice. You can choose any color you want. Those are going to be mostly for your eyes and your beak. Just remember that you can use red eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, yellow eyes. There's plenty of different kind of eyes in the world. And these owls also will have plenty of different eyes. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be your cupcake. I'm going to do 3 today. And then you can do 10, 12, as many as you would like. These are really fun to take to a party. or you're having a virtual party with your friends. Say you guys have like a movie night with your friends virtually. You can kind of have cupcakes, do a little theme party if you want. Just depending on how you want to do it is how you're going to decorate your owls. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do my owls 2 different ways. I'm going to do the ziplock version, and I'm going to also do just the spreading version so you can see the difference. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're going to want to open up your frosting. Again, I have chocolate here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to get a little bit of my chocolate frosting, and then I'm going to spread it on my cupcake. So I'm going to spread it nice evenly. So there's 2 techniques that you can do to this. You can either have a soft looking owl, or you can have a textured owl. So I'm going to do different ones. So here I'm going to put some frosting on it. You can make it as messy as you want. You can make it as clean as you want. Me, myself, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist once it comes to these things. So I'm going to try to do as clean as I can with the fork. With the knife. Wrong tool. So I'm using a knife here. I'm just going to spread it nice and pretty. See if I can get a nice even. Okay, I got my nice even. I'm going to call this one the clean version of my cupcakes. So I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to grab another one here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and I'm going to do the spiky version. So I'm going to put some frosting. I'm going to grab a little bit more. Got a little too much. Okay. You're going to smooth it out. Make sure you get all the edges. So you have this edge here. You're going to want to cover that. Same thing here. You have a little edge there. You're going to want to cover that. Alrighty, so you have that right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off this excess frosting. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to make him look like he has feathers in a really curious way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tip of the knife here, and I'm going to start making little peaks like this. So you're just pressing on it very lightly and bringing the knife up, and you're going to get this little effect like he has feathers. So you're going to go like this. You're going to do it all around. Nice and easy. You're going to make sure you touch all your frosting, even on the sides, because they will be sticking up as well, which is going to be the cool part. So you're going to want to be getting as much little peaks as you can. So there you go. See all those little peaks? It's going to give the impression that you have kind of like feathers for your owl. So I have 2 different versions here. I have your feathers, which is going to be your peaks. And then I have a clean version. And then I'm going to do one more, and it's going to be our ziplock version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some icing in our ziplock here. Oops. So we have our clean, let's see if I can get it in the camera right there. We have our clean version here, number 1. And then we have our feather option, number 2. And then we're going to do one more. So what you're going to want to do is open up your bag. The best way to do this without getting frosting everywhere is you're going to open up your bag like this. It's a little close. And then you're going to turn the top side of it inside out. Like that. So you have a little hole here, and then you have your sealables on this side. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a spoon. You're going to get a spoonful of frosting, a spoonful of sugar. Makes the medicine go down, don't forget that. And then you're going to put it inside your bag, and then you're going to press down on your bag with your spoon still in it. You're going to hold that frosting and pull your spoon out. Now I don't have any frosting on my spoon, and it's all in my bag. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and pull my sides back over. And then I'm going to move all of this frosting to this corner. So I'm going to squeeze it down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You can go ahead and grab it like this. Make sure it's in the middle, kind of like making a hole. And then you're going to pull your bag and let your frosting come to the edge. Now that you have that, what you're going to do is you're going to cut off this little edge. So I have a pair of scissors with me here where I'm going to cut off the edge. You're going to cut off just the tip. So let me see if I can grab that tip because now I think I've lost it. Oh, here it is. So you can see I cut a very, very little tip. And then that, I mean, close to not even half a millimeter. It's a really small edge. So now I have the edge cut off here. Let's see where I am. Right here. Okay. So now I have this little edge here. I'm going to demonstrate with my finger. Look at how little of it comes out. There we go. So I have just enough that's going to come out. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pipe on my cupcake. This is called piping. So I'm going to do kind of the same thing that I did with this one with the feathering, but I'm going to do it individually. So I'm going to do on the cupcake. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press down, press on my bag, let a little bit come out, and then I'm going to pull it away. And it's going to create a little, what would you call this? Like a little kiss, a chocolate kiss. So I'm going to do this all around. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do a little press, press down and release. Press down and release. Press down and release. And then I'm just, once you can kind of get the hang of it, you can go kind of a little bit more crazy with it. So just remember, that's what you're going to do, and you're going to get that better version of your knife. So parents, you can decide on what you want your kids to try out. You can try either the frosting piping bag version, you can do the knife version, or you can do the clean version, whatever you like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all really quick. One more on this side. So you're going to press your bag a little bit, very lightly. Parents, please help. Once you're going to see your little dollop, the size you like, you're going to stop pressing, and you're going to pull your bag away. You're going to get a little Hershey's Kiss. I'm going to do it over here on this side. We're going to push and release. Again, push and release. Parents, do remember this is going to take a little bit more time. So I do recommend, if you want to do it, probably do this to 1 or 2 of your cupcakes, and then the rest you can do either the feathered version or a clean version. So I'm going to go ahead and pipe this quickly. So I'm going to go around. It's always good to start from the outside in. Somebody may argue with me though, because some people may choose go from the inside out, which is fine. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to start filling in the inside. So I'm going to, again, this is just a fancier version of doing the feathered version. You can do it however you like. Parents, this is upon your request on what you feel your child can handle. It's up to you. You don't need any special tips to use this stuff. You can just do it on your own with a little bag. So here I have a little bit of white on the bottom. Right there. That looks a little bit better. So that looks, I have probably 1 or 2 over here. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and let's show those versions again. So I have my clean version, semi-clean, I guess you would call it. I have my knife version, which is going to be your feathered version. Kind of looks like a little bit of feathering. And then I have my, let's call it the professional version, which is going to be your piping tip, and it's going to give you more of a spike. So we have 3 different versions here. I'm going to do 3 different kind of owls. So next we're going to move up to is doing our eyes for our owls, our eyes and our beaks. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I'm going to use my clean version first. I have my cupcake here. Let's put that aside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a cookie. This is an Oreo cookie. When you divide your Oreo cookies, you're going to try to get one side of all frosting and the other side blank. So it's okay if you get a little bit white like this, but you're going to try to remove as much frosting as possible. And that's going to be with your twisting of your cupcake. I mean, of your cookie. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're doing is you're not going to want to pull it away quickly. 1, your cookie will break. And 2, you won't probably get enough frosting on one side. So the easiest way to get as much frosting on one side is going to be twisting your cookie lightly. So if you can look at my cookie, let's get a little closer. I'm going to twist lightly. Once I feel like it's released, I'm going to get more frosting on one side than I am with the other. That's what you want. This is going to be your eye, not this side, this side. So you're going to remember, you're going to have your cookie like this. You're going to twist slowly and release. You're going to get one fuller side than the other. You're going to want to use this side as an eye. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and use my clean cupcake. I'm going to add its eyes. So I'm going to use one eye there and one eye here. You're going to stick it to your frosting like that. Got it? And then I'm going to grab, to be more generic, I'm going to grab my brown M&Ms, and I'm going to use those as eyeballs. So you're going to put it right in the middle, and you're going to squish it down. So you might get a little bit of cracking on your cookie, and that's okay. This is what you're going to do. You're just going to press the frosting back into place and pat it down. Back to normal. Okay? So then you're going to grab your other M&M. You're going to put it on your eye socket, and you're going to press it down lightly. Parents, please help them with that. You don't want to go right through the cupcake. So we got our eyes here, and then I'm going to use an orange M&M, and I'm going to put its beak sideways. And then I got a nice owl. Super, super cute. Awesome, awesome experience. So we got one down. This is our clean version. Now let's move on to our knife version, which is our feather version. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. So let me grab another cookie. Alrighty, so I have another cookie here. Again, I'm going to go through that method again. So I'm going to twist lightly, pull away. Got a nice clean side and then got a messy side. We're going to use these messy sides, so don't throw them away. So we're going to have our clean side here. I am going to put two of the frosting cookies down. One right there. I have another one over here on the side. One right here. So this owl, I'm going to make it the angry owl. So I'm going to use red eyes again. So I'm going to use a red M&M. I'm going to put his eyes a little bit closer together. So he looks like he's going to make a face. Just like that. And then I'm going to actually go with a yellow beak. So I have a yellow M&M here. Put his beak right there in the middle. Alrighty, and then I'm going to show you guys just a little tip. So I'm going to get one of these cookies here. I'm going to put the cookie down. Parents, this is where it's going to be your time to kind of jump in and help with your kiddo. And we're going to be using a knife or a sharp object to cut the cookie in half right in the middle. So you're going to want to cut the cookie in half like that. So we have a full and a half. So we have half a cookie right there. And then I'm going to cut that half into a half. Like that. There we go. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go ahead and use this as eyebrows. Because this owl is very upset. So his eyebrows are peeking up. His eyes are red and he is ready to fight. So we got another little owl here. Let's move our owls this way. Okay. Now we're going to do one more. Let's go ahead and grab another cookie. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to twist. Nice and light. Got a nice pretty side, and then I got another side. You can also eat these sides if you want. You don't have to always use them. So I'm going to do a nice, let's call her a pretty girl owl. So I'm going to go ahead and put a nice eye there. I'm going to put another nice eye here, just like that. And because this one I'm going to make into a girl, I'm going to give her some nice, beautiful blue eyes. So I'm going to put one blue eye there. I'm going to put another blue eye here. And then because it's a girl, I'm going to give her a nice red beak. There we go. So we got a nice little girl here. This one was made on our piping bag version. So this is our little owl here. We have our clean version, which is our orange owl. And then we have our grumpy owl. which is a red owl here. So these are just different versions of owls that you can do. You can play around as much as you want with it, guys. This is about having fun. This is about exploring different things and different ways of doing things. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat box and I'll go ahead and answer as we go. And then I can always help you guys out if you guys have anything. But other than that, I'm going to stick around. That way I can answer some questions for you guys and then maybe play around a little bit more with these owls so I can go ahead and get some more time out of this. So you guys start enjoying those owls, have some fun. Always remember, post pictures of those owls on our Camp Puga website. That way we can go ahead and give you an opportunity to broadcast your owls on the Camp Puga, and maybe you'll be featured on the next video. So enjoy, guys. Have some fun with them owls. I'm going to actually do one more on the side with not me talking so much. That way we have at least 4 owls, and we'll go ahead and take a picture of that. So I'm going to start going at it. I'm not going to talk anymore. You're more than welcome to watch, or we can just do our owls together. So on to the next one. Alrighty, guys, that's about it. So we got our nice 4 owls here. We got a nice green-eyed owl with some crazy eyebrows. We got a nice angry owl here with red eyes. We got a nice girly owl with a nice red lip. And then we got just our baby owl. So we got a little family here going on. So you all enjoy, and just remember to post those pictures of your owls, and maybe you can get posted onto the next video. Have a good one, guys.